Find designer shoes, high-end clothing, and skateboards at a price you can afford at Enigmatic Shoe Company. Use promo code Cyndakiel1 and get $5 off your purchase.
Wow.
EnigmaticShoe.com. Promo code Cyndakiel1. Hello everyone, my name is Cyndakiel, and today I'm going to show you how to effectively hunt shiny Larvesta and or shiny Volcarona. First of all, I want to thank Gustin for his tremendous amount of work and looking for an effective and easy way to shiny hunt this beast. Without his help, this chain and hunt would not have been possible. And I'm going to leave a link to his YouTube and his Twitch down in the description below. Please go check him out. And I also want to thank everyone for supporting and rooting me on during this endeavor. So you may be asking, how do you effectively hunt Larvesta? It may seem impossible at first glance, but there's actually an easy and insane setup for this to work. Also keep in mind, Larvesta has a 3 call rate, which is the lowest call rate possible in the game. Prepare yourself for many turns of doing nothing but using adrenaline orbs to move on. Now, let's take a look at Larvesta's location and level. Larvesta is located in the cave in the lush jungle between the levels of 42 and 44. It does not matter what level you encounter, as the move pool will be the same. Also, you will need the Machamp Ride Pokemon in order to get to the cave. So let's take a look at Larvesta's move pool. It has Flame Charge, Bug Bite, Absorb, and Takedown. After looking at this, there are about 3 moves that pose a problem to our chain. The main one being Takedown. Takedown deals damage to the opposing Pokemon, but the user is hit with recoil, effectively making it to where you cannot false swipe this Pokemon unless you have a ghost type Pokemon. More on that in just a minute. Absorb deals damage and restores the HP of Larvesta. In my experience, usually only by about 1 HP each time. More so, that can be false swiped. Bug Bite can pose a problem if you try to do the Harvest Lepaberry trick, but you can get around that very easily, and I'll show you how. Flame Charge will deal damage, fire damage to be exact, and increase its speed by 1 stage. It looks very daunting, but nothing that can't be handled. Now, that is its move pool. Let's look at its ability. The ability Flame Body. If you deal direct contact damage, you have a chance of being burned. You do not want to have to deal with healing burn each time you attack. Can you think of any Pokemon that could possibly be used to negate most of the hardship of this chain? It took a lot of trial and error, but there is one Pokemon that can do just that. But before I reveal that Pokemon, please consider hitting that subscribe button in the lower right hand corner of your screen. Also, leave me a thumbs up and a comment below letting me know if this tutorial helped you out. With that out of the way, let's take a look at the 4 Pokemon you're going to need for this chain. You might be thinking, why 4? Well, each of them separately can only do so much, but when put together in the correct combination, it works out. Your first Pokemon is your Harvest Skill Swap Executor or Trevenant. Either one will work on this chain, but just make sure your Pokemon has the moves Skill Swap and Bestow. I also have Hypnosis and Stun Spore on mine as well, but this is only by personal preference. Also, don't forget to give your Pokemon a Lepaberry. The second Pokemon you need is a Ghost type with the move False Swipe. I personally use Decidueye because of long reach, just in case something crazy happens. In the case for this chain, I am going to be using an Overgrow Decidueye for the purpose of showing off what to do. The third Pokemon you need is also a Ghost type, but with the ability of either Intimidate or Pressure. To the date of this recording, there are no Ghost types with the Intimidate ability, but many with Pressure. You will also need the attack Skill Swap. I personally used a Dusknoir for this purpose. The fourth and final Pokemon you need is the star of this hunt. You need a Marshadow. The best way to obtain one is to hope for one through Wonder Trades. Marshadow is really a special Pokemon. For this chain, you need to have False Swipe, Roleplay, and 2 rock type attacks that do not make contact. Roleplay will change your Marshadow's ability to that of the chosen Pokemon. I'll explain why when we start the chain. For the rock type attacks, I chose Smackdown and Rock Tomb. Also, make sure Marshadow is holding the leftovers item. This will ensure you never have to worry about bringing any potions. Speaking of, what kind of items will you need? Well, first of all, you will need quite a lot of Leppa berries. I had about 800 or so, but I only used between 200 and 300. Results will of course vary. Also bring along at least 2 X accuracies and 2 adrenaline orbs. That's all. Seriously, that is all that is needed. Now, let's proceed to find a Larvesta. Follow along. Welcome to the cave in Lush Jungle. Make sure your harvest Pokemon is in the front of your party. Now, this is where a bit of time might come in, since Larvesta here is a whopping 1% encounter rate. But keep searching, and eventually you will be rewarded with Larvesta. To start off, make sure you bestow your Leppa berry onto the Larvesta. With the chance of Larvesta using Bug Bite, you could easily fail the chain right off the bat unless you do that first. Now, skill swap Harvest onto the Larvesta. Next, switch into your Decidueye and false swipe the Larvesta. Now that the Larvesta has been false swiped, let's move into your Dusknoir or your Pressure Mon that has Skill Swap. Now at this point, it might take a little while before you are able to get another call in. You need another Larvesta to be called in before the next part of this chain works. Now, since Larvesta has called in a friend, now is the time to skill swap your ability Pressure onto the called in Larvesta. Now that that is done, swap into your Marshadow. This is where the move Roleplay comes into play. And pun. The move Roleplay will take the ability of the pressured Larvesta This is why you need roleplay in order to obtain the ability Pressure and make the Larvesta actually call in more than it normally would. Otherwise, you could sit here for quite a long time before it actually called in a Pokemon. Now, at this time, you would just go ahead and kill the other Larvesta. You would kill the pressured Larvesta. And now, you can continue your chain. At any point when Larvesta does not call in, use that opportunity to use your X accuracies and to restore your PP with your own Leppa berries. As a side note, there is a chance that Larvesta will not activate the Harvest ability. If this happens, you have 5 turns until it will struggle, unless Harvest activates during that time period. Do not worry. It has only happened once when I was doing this chain. Yo, thank you so much for watching. If you're new to the channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button. Also, don't forget to hit that thumbs up as well. And please, leave me a comment down below if this tutorial helped you out. And we will see you next time.